Good evening and welcome everybody to Sunday night. It's Nick's Sunday night quiz. What a week it's been this last 7 days. Has seen the US presidential election really go mad. We've got Trump throwing his rattle out the pram. Won't give up or anything silly like that, but never mind. Let's see who we have online tonight. So first off, let's good evening to Ian. Good evening, Ian Miller. Hope all is well with you. Mike Yates has just signed in. Good evening, Mike. Hope you're keeping well. We've got Jed and Tracy. They're in and ready and raring to go again. Mad fools, but never mind. Well done, Jed and Tracy, for joining us. Faye's joined us tonight. Pooperized girls are present and correct. That's basically because the pubs are locked down, I suppose, Faye, which I don't blame you. It means you can do the quiz online. Thankfully, that's brilliant. So let's hope we can see some great scores from the Booby Prize girls tonight. Chris has just joined us. Good evening, Chris. Hope all is well with you. Another one that likes going down the pub, and of course now they're shut for the next 4 weeks. We're a bit knackered, really, aren't we? But never mind. We'll be open as soon as we can, Chris. I'm sure we will. Tonight, I'm drinking, I would like to say the dregs, but that's not quite the case. It's a unique blend of Hook Norton's flagship with Oakham's Citra, and a fine blend it is, I have to say. We're having to polish off some of the barrels at the pub, so I thought we'd make a nice mix. Right, with last week's winners have just joined us. Kevin Kiernan, the Rotary Club of Rugby. Last week they were in first place, and a very well-deserved first place. They managed a fantastic 57.5 points. And to be fair, they didn't drop a point on the last round, which I thought was quite amazing, as there were quite a few tricky ones, or banana skins, should I say, that they could have easily tripped up on, but they didn't. So well played to the Rugby Rotary Club, who were in first place last night. You'll have to let me know, Kevin, who's in the team tonight. You just post a few things in there. You're more than welcome. Let's all get involved with the chat tonight. It is important that we all chat to each other and keep ourselves amused. That's what part of the fun is, especially if you've got any Donald Trump jokes or Mike Pence jokes, or indeed, I don't know, Joe Biden jokes, even whatever else, or even Boris Johnson jokes. I don't really mind. Whatever jokes you fancy, let's make it on a political theme tonight. Sounds good fun. Chris is just saying, Nick, tonight I'm mostly drinking Bombardier. I presume that's bottle Bombardier, is it, Chris? I trust on. That's a good drink to get yourself going. What's that? Oh, yes. We start our deliveries, of course, from the brewery next week. We should have quite a good range, actually, for the first week. So if anybody wants a bag-in-box beer for next Friday delivery, Keith will be out with the van delivering to people's houses, as we're obviously not allowed to deliver or do takeaways directly from the pub. Right, we've just had the balance just join us. Good evening, Pete. Hope all is well with you and the family, and you're keeping well. It's great to see you online, and hopefully you'll do well tonight. And we've just had the Yorkies join us. Good evening, Georgia, and I hope you and Rory have got more than 2 in your team tonight. You'll have to let me know if anybody else has joined your team, but let's see. That'd be great to see you. And Penny's just joined us again. Penny Graham, in for some more punishment, poor old Penny, but never mind, she loves doing the quiz all the same. Great to see you joining us, Penny. Hope you fare well tonight. We've got 6 rounds of tricky trivia to keep everybody entertained. What's Robin just said? No, Nick, he's lying on the floor underneath a barrel with a tap on. Ah, right, well, he could be. Chris says, when are you publishing delivery menu? Well, I think Keith will be doing that Monday, as far as I know. I will give him a ring in the morning and just get him to post it on Facebook for everybody. As I say, over the next few weeks, we should have some good beers, actually. But we'll see. We'll see. Right, Ian's put, Trump will be sat in the White House with his feet up if he had killed so many of his supporters with COVID. Oh dear, oh dear. Right, Andrew Lewis and Jane just joined us. Good evening, Andrew. I hope you and Jane keeping well. And it's been a bit of a miserable day today, the weather, hasn't it? The sun never got out once. As for solar performance from my roof, it was best to say it was dismal. Dismal was the performance from my roof today, which was a shame. However, we decided to charge the car for free yesterday at Tesco's, which was an excellent move. I have 4 charging points outside Tesco's, so if you have an electric vehicle and you live in Rugby, Tesco's is the place to go. It's a medium pace charger, only 7 kilowatt, But believe me, if you go for a walk down the canal, then go into Tesco's, do a bit of shopping, come out, certainly get half a charge in there for nothing, which has got to be good, hasn't it? But there we have it. Right, we've got more people joining us all the time. Do remember, if you enjoy the quiz, or even if you don't enjoy the quiz, you can always give me a thumbs up in the likes column. It always helps. And don't forget to make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel, which is Pewey1957. Now we just have our US contingent joining us. Here we go. Afternoon all. Team UK USA reporting, and are very happy in the USA as the Americans finally saw sense and kicked out the orange twit. That's very good. Is he still out on the golf course? He's been out twice, I think. He was out yesterday marching around the golf course. He's gone out again, but then I suppose he does own that golf course, or it's probably on borrowed money, as most of his money is, but never mind. Well, we'll see, Lisa. I've already asked everybody to put as many jokes about Donald Trump and Mr. Biden down as you like. Do feel free to get involved in the chat on the right-hand side. All of you, you're more than welcome to put some jokes in or just make some general comments. Of course, it's all over and done as far as the press is concerned. Even the BBC have given Joe Biden the victory now. Unfortunately, Mr. Trump doesn't seem to be playing from the same hymn sheet, and he's going to make it a devil of a job to get himself out of office, isn't he? But never mind. Yes, as Abel Plant says, Trump is not done yet, and he's not done yet. He might decide to invade the UK before the end of January. Well, let's wait and see what he does. Right, so we've just had Mick Robertson's just joined us. So good evening, Mick and Bev. Hope all is well with you two, and you're ready to do well. And last week, you will notice, let me just run through last week's positions, because there were some cracking scores last week. Out of a total of 60 points last week, we had one team, the Rugby Rotary Club, managed 57.5 points. In second place, we had PRS on 57 points. And then we had a third place equal with Split the Difference and Julie Ashcroft on a fantastic 56.5 points. So they've only dropped 3.5 all evening. Then we had in fifth place, the Famous Five on 55.5 points. They was closely followed by Janet and Jane from Stockton on sixth equal place, with Anne Anderson also on 55 points. And then we had a tie for eighth place. Eighth place was Martin Davis on 54.5. And then Michelle Gibbons and Team UK USA and Home Alone 6, all on a fantastic 54.5 points. And even they only dropped 5.5 points all evening. So I've tried to make it a little bit more difficult tonight, but I don't think it will be any more difficult for anybody. So let's just go through the chat, see who else has joined us. So we've got Michelle's joined us. So Charlie, Michelle and James are with us tonight. Good evening all. Hope all is well with you. And thank you very much for the gift, Michelle, which is a prize for the charity quiz that I'm doing on the 6th of December. So that's a night to remember, the 6th of December, which will be a charity quiz in aid of Maiden hospices in the Warwickshire area. So more about that later. Home Alone 6 have just joined us. All are here. Hello and good evening, and ready and present to do some business. So good evening, Carol, Glenn. I don't know who else is in the team. Roy, of course. Hillary. Graham's just joined us. Good evening, Graham. Hope all is well from sunny Cambridge. The Ridgeways have just joined us. Good evening, Anthony. Hope all is well with you, Trish and Paul. Actually, is Paul there? We were just discussing. Who were we discussing today, Ange? Shirley Salabank. Do I need to say any more, Paul? Apparently she fainted at your feet one day. This is years ago, but never mind. Don't ask why that came up today, but it did, which seemed quite good fun. Right, Gaz and Bean have just joined us. Good evening, Gareth. Wait a minute. Oh, bother, I've gone off the screen. We're getting so many things. Trump once gave his wife, Melania, an orgasm. Oh, fake news. I like that one. Invade the UK, build the wall. Yes, why not? Jill Pugh's just signed in with Steve Pugh. Good evening, Jill and Steve. Hope all is well with you too and keeping well. Ready to give the Giffords a whooping tonight, or are they going to beat you? Well, I don't know. We'll have to see. So the Pughs versus the Giffords, both from the same village in Toft near Cambridge. Hope all is well with them. Now, what's Lisa just put? He might think he's not done, but he really is. You have no evidence of voter fraud. and he can be removed forcibly if need be. All right, okay. It's a bit difficult getting rid of the president if he doesn't want to go. Good evening, says Anne Anderson, and Dave in Essex. Anne, I already mentioned you a little bit earlier with a fantastic 55 points in last Sunday's quiz. That was a remarkably good performance, only dropping 5 all night. Let's see how we do tonight. Robin saying, as long as Trump is in the White House, he can't go to prison. Well, that's about right, Robin. After reading the article that you sent me, actually, in The Guardian, Mr. Trump's gone bankrupt 6 times, apparently. He owes everybody money. Yet, he's the leader of the free world, of course, apparently. Chris has just signed in. Chris Meads, good evening, Chris. Hope all is well with you. And Vanessa's just joined us. Good evening, Vanessa. Hope all is well with you and you're keeping well. And Paula and the Quizzy Rascals are here. Now we're all in for it. The Quizzy Rascals are a fantastic team. Normally do very well on a Sunday night, so let's see how you all fare. Right, we're just a few minutes to go before the quiz kicks off. Let me give you the rounds tonight. We're starting off, well, of course, as is always, with the day of the week, Sunday, with the 0, an 8 and a TH. Sunday the 8th, basically. That's 10 answers beginning with those letters and numbers. Round number 2 is entitled a Trivia Trail, where the last letter of your first answer, the first letter of the last answer. You get to number 10, the last letter of number 10 is the first letter of number 1. I'll explain as we get there. Just in case I haven't told everybody, you know. Robin always used to go on about that, but never mind. It's only for new teams, Robin. Question number 3, round number 3 is a food and drink round. A particularly tricky food and drink round tonight because they're always too easy. Round number 4 is a rhyming pairs round. 5 answers rhyme with the other 5 answers. What could be easier? Round number 5 tonight is called entitled an initial letter link, where I give you 9 general knowledge questions. Question 10 then asks for a connection between the previous 9 answers. And finally, we have a general trivia round, where it's just 10 trivial knowledge questions, basically. We will see how you fare with those. Right then, let's see who else has just joined us. So we've got, oh my goodness, there's loads of us. So here we go. Ian's just joined us. So we've got Harry and Julia in Yarmouth, but Ian has got 90. What's that? Ian, 1948 plus is Shiraz. Right, let's see how you fare tonight, Ian. Footy Fox 86, good evening. Good evening, Footy Fox. Only the AJB, the 20s are here. Good evening, the 20s. Pick a Mix have just joined us. Clive and Janet from Stockton. I mentioned you earlier, Clive and Janet. Where were you in? Oh, yes, 6th League Cup place with a fantastic 55 points last week. Well played to you. Carol's just saying Hillary's a bit miffed that you couldn't remember her name. Well, I did. I did Hillary Glynn, Carol Roy. It's the other 2. There's anyway. Yes, quite. It's always a bit tricky, Carol. Oh God, you know, there's one of the team members the other week kept going on about that was Hillary Farndon and Steve, and kept going on about Dexter, which I thought was their son. It turns out it was the dog. So it's easy to get things mixed up when you're not paying attention. But never mind. Yes, good evening to Carol and the gang. Clive says, Chris, pass on my good wishes to Ken. Martin Davis has just logged in. Good evening, Martin. Here, Anthony James. We've got Don Quizzote signing in now from Clapham South, Lower Hillmorton and Worsley. Fantastic. And Steve Farnley, as I've just mentioned, good evening from Steve Hills. And an awake Dexter. Well, he'll be wanting to go out for a walk soon, no doubt. Lee's is just the only leader until January the 20th. Roy George says, if he walks now, Pence will be president and pardon all my misdemeanors. Oh, I'm sure he will. Sarah, hi Nick, Sarah, James, Joe and Russ have just joined us. Good evening to you lot. From Worcester, fantastic. Michelle's just joined us. What she just put, Michelle's just absolute madman. Yes, you're right, leading an amazing country. Thank goodness he's going. Yes, already agreed with that one. Daisy and Alan, that's what I'm looking for. Daisy and Alan. Good evening, Daisy and Alan, who are the 2 that I couldn't remember in the Home Alone 16. Well, I would have done if I'd given time, but never mind. Right, we've just had John O'Rourke and the Famous Five have just joined us. Now, the Famous Five, they were in 5th place last week with a fantastic 55.5 points. Well played them. Chris Speaker's just said, when Trump leaves, we'll take all the money from the White House with him. There will be a grand total of no pence left. Oh dear. That was almost witty. No pence left. Oh dear. For those that don't understand, never mind. I'm sure you do, because you're all good quizzers. Right, we now have 78 teams, or 78 current viewers online, which is the best it's been for a few weeks. We hit 70 last week. Let's see whether we can hit 80 tonight, I'm sure. So it'll be a good quiz tonight. So I have my my assistant Lydia is helping me in the background. She will be putting all the answers up on the screen, and the questions. She won't be putting the answers up until after the rounds, of course. Well spotted, yes, well spotted. The wife had to spot that one to make sure we're doing all right. We start off with Sunday the 8th. So it is now 2015. Let's get going with this quiz. We have 80 teams now online, or 80 people online. Let's hope that the feed holds properly tonight and we don't have any trouble. Right, round number one, we're starting off with an S. An S. This answer has got to start with an S. How well do you know your dinosaurs? You probably don't need to think too hard about this one, because it's the only one I can think of that starts with an S. Derived from the Greek words meaning roof lizard. What is a genus of herbivorous Thyreophorans dinosaur? Thyreophorans. That's it. Right, described from the Greek and the Greek words meaning roof lizard. What is a genus of herbivorous Thyreophoran dinosaur? I had to spell that phonetically and I still couldn't get it out. Never mind. And that's before I started drinking. Yes, here we go. Well, I thought I'd put the tricky ones to pronounce right at the beginning of the quiz so I don't get any of them wrong. Right, round number two, beginning with the letter U. This is a tricky one. Sweet, sour, bitterness, and salt are 4 of the 5 basic tastes. What is the 5th, which is often described as savoury and is characteristic of broths and cooked meats? Now, when I was at school, there were only ever 4, but apparently there's 5 now. So sweet, sour, bitterness, and salt are 4 of the 5 basic tastes. What is the 5th, which is often described as savoury and is a characteristic of broths and cooked meats? Starts with the letter U, which makes it a bit easier, and it sounds a bit foreign to me. Right, question number 3, starting with the letter N. This one's a bit easier. Created by Reg Watson, what is an Australian television soap opera that was first broadcast on the 7 network on the 18th of March 1985? Squeaky Pop's just joined us. Good evening, Squeaky Pop. Hope all is well. Yeah, we've only got to question 3, so don't worry. That was the letter N. Do remember your first answer's got to start with the letter S, your second one with the letter U, the third one with the letter N, as in Sunday the 8th we're going for tonight. Lydia's put the questions up in the chat column, so do feel free to scroll back and find out what they are. Question number 4. One of Dorset's most photographed and iconic landmarks. What is a natural limestone arch on the Jurassic coast near Lulworth in Dorset? So what's its name, basically? It's a 2-word answer, starting, of course, with the letter D. Now, I'm sure most of you will have seen this at one time or another, if you've lived in the UK for as long as I have. So question number 4, one of Dorset's most photographed and iconic landmarks. What is a natural limestone arch on the Jurassic coast near Lulworth in Dorset? And as we remember last week, I asked for Dorset towns, which I included Lulworth, only to find out it wasn't actually a town, but a village. Well, the only thing I got wrong last week, don't remind me in about to the dreaded Bing, but never mind. Question number 5. This starts with the letter A, which makes it a lot easier for you. The Large Millimeter Array, known as the ALMA, is an astronomical interferometer of 66 radio telescopes. But in which desert of northern Chile can this be found? So question 5 again. The Large Millimeter Array, known as the ALMA, is an astronomical interferometer of 66 radio telescopes. But in which desert of northern Chile can they be found? Of course, I made that a lot more difficult than it needed to be, that question, but never mind, starts with an A. Question number 6 is a bit tricky. I hope you've all been collecting your points, as I have. With its products found in most major supermarkets, what is a British family-owned farming and dairy company based in the village of Blagdon, Somerset? It's kind of a two-word answer, starting with the letter Y. So, with its products found in most major supermarkets, what is a British family-owned farming and dairy company based in the village of Blagdon, Somerset? It's a good turnout tonight. I'm glad to see everybody's online. I suppose with the lockdown, I don't know how it's affecting everybody. I presume those that did or worked all the way through lockdown are still working through this new lockdown, and those that didn't and had to go home, they're probably staying at home again. So yeah, it's a bit awkward this, but never mind. Could be worse. Question number 7. This is a good one. To 3 decimal points, how is the fraction 2/9 represented as a decimal number? Come on, all you budding mathematicians, I'm sure you're about to work that one out. To 3 decimal points, how is the fraction 2/9 represented as a decimal number? A little bit of maths, you'll be able to work that one out, I'm sure. Do remember that starts with a 0, probably with a point as well, a 0 point something. I won't give you any more clues. 0 point something is enough of a clue. Yes, I was amazed actually how many teams last week basically got within, well, from 1st to 9th place, there were only 3.5 points separated 9th to 1st place last week. So it was a cracking score, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16 teams basically managed 54 points and more last week. So great turnout. And anyway, let's crack on with question number 8. This is a little trickier. Starts with the number 8. It's a 2-digit answer. What is the atomic number of the chemical element mercury? Probably not the first thing you can think of. It's also the name of a song by American band Green Day, and is also, which is the easiest one, the standard TCP/IP port number for HTTP connections. What's going on about port numbers on your computer or your devices? So what is the atomic number of the chemical element mercury? It's also the name of a song by the American band Green Day, and is also the standard TCP/IP port number for HTTP connections. If anybody can write all those initials down, they're doing well. Well, that starts with the number 8, as in the 8th, but there's another digit on the end. What is it? Question number 9 starts with the letter T. What is a popular coffee-flavoured Italian dessert? It is made of ladyfingers dipped in coffee, layered with a whipped mixture of flavoured with cocoa or cocoa or cocoa. So what is a popular coffee-flavoured Italian dessert? It is made of ladyfingers dipped in coffee, layered with a whipped mixture and flavoured with cocoa. One-word answer starting with the letter T, I'm after. And finally, as that was far too easy for all you foodies, question number 10. What was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, described as a remarkable feat of engineering, with an ascending series of tiered terraces containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines? Apparently. So what was one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, described as a remarkable feat of engineering, with an ascending series of tiered terraces containing a wide variety of trees, shrubs, and vines? There we have it. So that's round number 1. It should spell out, all your answers should spell out Sunday 08TH. Sunday 08TH. So I'm expecting a few high scores in this first round. Might be a bit tricky on the 8 one, but never mind. Right, let's go back to the beginning. We'll do some marking after that round. I'm not sure if we need too many. Just make sure your team captain or whatever has got all the scores down, especially if you're Zooming other people or if you're in touch with them via WhatsApp or some other means. Right then, here we go then. Derived from the Greek words meaning roof lizard even. I was after the Stegosaurus. Well done if you got that. Number 2, which is a tricky one. The 5th basic taste after sweet, sour, bitterness and salt is umami. Umami. Tricky one, that. That's going to come up in quizzes again and again and again, I can see. Number 3 is, of course, neighbours. Number 4, that most iconic landmark is called Durdle Door. Durdle Door. Well done if you got that. Number 5, it's the Atacama Desert I wanted. Number 6, that dairy product is by Yo Valley or Yo Valley. Yo Valley. Well done if you got that. Number 7, to the decimal point, 2 ninths is represented as 0.222 recurring, actually. Number 8, the atomic number of the chemical element mercury. Also, the song by Green Day is 80. Number 9, I was after tiramisu. And finally, number 10 were the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. The Hanging Gardens of Babylon, of course, which I don't think exists in any way, shape or form to this present day, which is a shame, but there we have it. So we'll never see it. But there we have it. That's our first answer. So let's have some... we've got a 10 straight in from Martin Davis, Anthony Ridgway, Paul and Trish are on a 9, Georgia Lambert for the Yorkers on a 7, got PRS on a 10, Jen and Tracy are on a 9. Tony the Tiger and Trump have a lot of common in orange. They're both orange and have tried to make America great. Oh, I like that one. Sarah Russ are on a fantastic 9. Well played them. Kevin Kiernan and the Rugby Rotary Club on an outstanding 10. Jill and Steve are on 9. We've got Squeaky Pop on 9. Graham Gifford, Graham and Jan are on 10. One ahead of Steve at this stage. Chris Speaks on an 8. We've got Ian and Shiraz on a 10. Stephen Hills are on a 9. We've got it's gone off my screen again. Oh wait, it's gone way off my screen. Sorry. Andrew Lewis is on a 7. Ian Miller's on 7. Mick Roberts is on 10. Well played then. Paul Lewis and the Quizzer Rascals are on 10. Gaz and Bean, that's poor start, Gaz and Bean. That's a shame. On a 5. We've got Home Alone 6 on a 10. And Anderson's on a 7. Split the Difference are on a 10. Vanessa Hughes is on a 6. We've got Don Quizzotti with a 9. 8 for the Boobies. We got 7 for Penny Graham. We got Michelle Gibbons on a 10. Pick and Mix on a 9. Clive Janet from Stockton on an 8. The Famous 5 are on a 9. We've got 40 Fox 6 on a 6. Lisa Lasky, Team UK USA on a 9. Mike Yates is on a 7. They're a Green Day song called 86 too. Bother, never mind. Pete Ballinger, Slow Start on a 6. I bet it's slow, but never mind, Pete. I know you like coming from behind, so to speak. Diana Alex, Pinky and Perky are on 8. Is that it? Yes, the Pinky and Perkies are on an 8. Fantastic. Pinky and Perky. What a great show that was. 1957 that was first transmitted, just in case you don't know. I only know that because it's the year I was born. Alex Brown's on an 8. Fantastic. Well played, Alex. Right, round number 2. Round number 2 tonight is a trivia trail. A trivia trail. I don't blame you. Give yourself whatever, Sarah. That's fine. That's fine. Right, here we go then. Round number 2 is a trivia trail. They're all one-word answers, with the exception of the first question. And the first question goes something like this, and it's a 2-word answer I'm after. Don't have to get more complicated than 2 words. Who has just become the Vice President-elect of the United States? She will be the first Indian American and the first female Vice President in the US. So question 1 again. Who has just become the Vice President-elect of the United States? She will be the first Indian American and the first female Vice President in US history. You're right. Mercury's not 86. I was only being generous. You know what it's like. But no, you're right. No, all right. Okay. Sarah, just You know what they're like, these teams? I like it to be right. I thought Russ would know his ports by now. Port number 80. Well, maybe not. Well, James would have known it, surely, or Joe. One of your team must know the atomic number of mercury off the back of their head. Right then, that two-word answer. Remember, all the other answers are just single words. So we start off with question number 2. In a book first published in 1980 that topped the bestsellers list a few weeks later, what dog did you find by lifting flaps on pages? Pioneered the flap book, apparently. So, in a book first published in 1980 that topped the bestsellers list a few weeks later, what dog did you find by lifting flaps on the pages? Do remember that's got to start with the last letter of your previous answer. Yes, Martin, I was on about the controversial web browser question. Dear God, yes. It was me when I wrote the question that was the problem. I said it was included in Windows 10, which was completely wrong. It's just that my Windows 10 points me to it all the time. But never mind, that's by the by. Flat book. Robin's just a flat book. They used to be on the top shelf in newsagents. Where did I go the other day? I went to a newsagent the other day and they were all on the top shelf still, and I thought that's unusual. You don't see them very often now. They were. No, it wasn't Tesco's. No, it wasn't a big supermarket. Question number 3, starting with the last letter of your previous name for the dog. Although there is no complete de facto proof, what disease or illness did Prince Albert apparently die of in the December of 1861? No, it wasn't in Anson, was he? Yeah, well, it was a newsagent somewhere. Got an Indian chap running it. That was all. Who was it? I can't remember now. Maybe I saw it on television. I don't know. Oh yeah, perhaps when I went to the post office. Yeah, that's what it was. When I took your parcel there. Right, question number 3 again. Although there is no complete de facto proof, what disease or illness did Prince Albert apparently die of in the December of 1861? What's Matthew just put? He put Ann Summers. No, it wasn't Ann Summers. Was it a newsagent on the A5? Well, it might have been. Clive's thought I got a 2020 advent calendar, but the doors won't open. Question number 4, starting with the last letter of your previous answer. Named for their bobbing movements, what bird is unique among paracines for its ability to dive and swim underwater? It's passerines, not paracines, it's passerines, sorry. So question 4 again, named for their bobbing movements. What bird is unique amongst passerines for its ability to dive and swim underwater? I just got banned on Facebook for making a joke about advent calendar. Banned for 24 hours. Very good. Right, take the last letter of the name of that one-word bird, and it's the first letter of number 5. What is I don't need to say one word. What is a one-word German fairy tale recorded by the brothers Grimm with the alternative name The Maiden in the Tower? So what is the one-word German fairy tale recorded by the brothers Grimm with the alternative name The Maiden in the Tower? You knew that one, didn't you, Leeds? Yeah, my daughter knew that one. Excellent. Right, that leads us on. Take the last letter of that Maiden in the Tower, and it's the first letter of this one. Question number 6. The Venus de Milo is an ancient Greek statue and one of the most famous works of ancient Greek sculpture. But in which museum can it be found? It's just a one-word answer I'm after, of course, for all these. So don't put the word "the" in front of it or anything like that. Question number 6. The Venus de Milo is an ancient Greek statue and one of the most famous works of ancient Greek sculpture. But in which museum can it be found? And if you thought that was easy, question number 7 is even easier. Greece became the 12th member state to adopt what currency on January the 1st, 2001? So I'm just knowing the one-word name of that currency. So question number 7, Greece became the 12th member state to adopt what currency on January the 1st, 2001? Knocking back a few brandy and cokes. Excellent. Well done, Ian. What's everybody else on tonight? I've heard that Chris Speak was telling me he's on some, what was he on? Bombardier. Was it Bombardier? I'm on some mixture of Hook Norton and Oakham beer, which is quite a good thing. What is everybody else on tonight? Right, question number 8. This is the tricky one. The ethmoid is a square bone at the root of the nose, forming part of the cranium. But which nerves pass through this bone to the nose? Leslie Barrett, crack cocaine and brandy, great. Coffee. So question number 8 again. The ethmoid is a square bone at the root of the nose, forming part of the cranium. But which nerves pass through this bone to the nose? And it is the only bone in the human body beginning with the letter E, actually, just in case you quizzers want to know that one for future reference. Couldn't find another one. Right, question number 9. The mnemonic, Richard of York gained battle in vain, is said to refer to the defeat and death of Richard, Duke of York at the Battle of Wakefield. But what does the word York actually stand for? Come on, you Yorkies, you should know that one. So the mnemonic, Richard of York gained battle in vain, is said to refer to the defeat of death of Richard, Duke of York at the Battle of Wakefield. But what does the word York actually stand for in that mnemonic, of course? Very easy. Come on, you all know that. That leads us on easily to question number 10. Take the last letter of your answer to number 9. It's the first letter of this one. What can be the name of a town on the Caithness coast in the far north of Scotland? A cord of woven fibres in a candle, or the surname of a character played in a series of films by Keanu Reeves? So question 10 again. What can be the name of a town on the Caithness coast in far north of Scotland? A cord of woven fibres in a candle, or the surname of a character played in a series of films by Keanu Reeves? And do remember the last letter of that answer will take you all the way back to the first letter of your first answer if you're really lucky. There we have it. That's our trivia trail round. Hope you've enjoyed that one. One or two tricky ones in that, but pretty straightforward. Ooh, the wife's going, it's looking grumpy at me. Can't have done very well in that round. So not going back to school. That's the idea of the quiz. Right, any more silly jokes about Mr. Trump? And we're going to have any tonight. Never mind. Now we've had a few good Trump jokes, but never mind. Okay then, let's do some marking after that round, shall we? And see how you've all fared. Good turnout tonight. As I say, we've got 82 people logged in at the moment. One or two more saying they're coming to join us next week. I think the lockdown probably helps. Here we go then. Who has just become the Vice President-elect of the United States? That's Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. It's pronounced Kamala, apparently. That's what the news networks were telling us last night. Number 2, starting with the letter S. Of course, it was Spot the dog. Those books written by, I did say earlier, and I've forgotten, Eric, somebody or other, not Arthur Blair, Eric Harris, anyway, whoever it was. Number 3 starts with letter T. That was the disease typhoid, apparently he died of. That gave you the D for the bird, which was a dipper. That gave you the R, of course, for Rapunzel, the maiden in the tower. That gave you the L for the Louvre. That in turn gave you the E for the Euro, which was fairly straightforward. And that gave you the O for the olfactory nerve, the olfactory nerves relating to the nose. That gave you the Y for the colour yellow, of course. The York stands for yellow. That gave you the W for that town on the Caithness coast called Wick. As John Wick, Keanu Reeves thing, and of course the wick of a candle. So well done if you got all of those right. Pinky and Perker, they're doing really well. They're on 18. We've got famous 5 on 19. The Rugby Rotary Club, last week's winner on 20. Well played then. Squeaky Popper on 19. Jed and Tracy are on 19. Michelle Gibbons is on 18. Steve Farnham Hills are on 18. We've got George Lambert and the Yorkies on 15. Ian Miller's on 14. Jill and Steve Pugh on 19. We've got Sarah and Russ on 17. We've got Paula Lewis on 20. Footy Fox is on 13. Gaz and Bean are on 13. We've got Anthony Ridgway and the Ridgways on 19. Martin Davis is on 16. Chris Speak, will the Vice President misbehave, or what's that? Or will Kamika toe the line? Faye is saying 15 for the Boobies. We've got PRS on 20 points. Can't get on with that. Andrew Lewis is on 16. Nick Roberts on 19. Well played, Nick and Bev. Anna Anderson's on 13. We've got Chris Speak on 18. Ian's going off for another drink, another Coke and whatever. Grant Gifford 20. And we're not cheating. He adds. Ian Inishizra's on 19. Excellent. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 17. Vanessa's on 12. Well played, Vanessa. Home Alone 6 are on 18. We've got Penny Graham on 13. Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA on 18. We've got Picker Mix on 17. We've got Pete Bellinger now beginning to catch up on 13. Don Quizzotti on 19. Mike Yates is on 14. Split the Difference are on 19. There's some great scores here at the moment. So we've got a couple of teams with full 20s. Let's hope we can keep it that way for everybody. And as we go into round number 3 tonight is a tricky food and drink round. I normally make these too easy for you, so I thought I'd dig up some more, should we say, some trickier questions. But we'll see. Food and drink. Okay, are we ready for the food and drink round, or have we got any more scores to come in? Sorry, I've done my chat right to the bottom. Let's just bring that one up. Here we go. There. Food and drink. Are we ready? Question number 1. Oh yeah, late on the score again, Dad. Alex Banks. Never mind. Question number 1. Salumi is an Italian term describing the preparation of cured meat products made predominantly from which meat? I'll give you the choice. Is it veal, beef, or pork? So salumi is an Italian term describing the preparation of cured meat products made predominantly from which meat? I'll give you the choice. Is it veal, beef, or pork? Well done, Alex and the gang. 18 points. That's some good going. Keep it up. 18 is a fine score. Question number 2. It's in the early days of SI units. Well, it wasn't an SI unit, but before that. What liquid measure was defined in 1824 as equal in volume to 10 pounds of distilled water weighed at 62 degrees Fahrenheit with the barometer reading 30 inches? So question 2 again. What liquid measure was defined in 1824 as equal in volume to 10 pounds of distilled water weighed at 62 degrees Fahrenheit with the barometer at 30 inches? Well, we all know that pressure and temperature make a difference to things. Again, that's far more complicated than it sounds. Oh, it sounds far more complicated than it is. Question number 3. This is another tricky one. During the marketing year 2019-2020, which South American country was the leading global orange producer with a production volume of 15.62 million metric tons? That's a lot of oranges. Even I can't eat that many. So during the marketing year 2019-2020, which South American country was the leading global orange producer with a production volume of 15.62 million metric tons, approximately. I can't be held responsible for exactness on that one, but never mind. I think I've got the country right, even if nothing else. I did give you a big help with that one, saying South American. I could have said which country. That would have made it far more difficult. Question number 4 for you drinkers. Dionysus is the god of the grape harvest, winemaking, fertility, and ritual madness, amongst other things. But what adopted name did the Romans use for this Greek god? So question 4 again. Dionysus is the god of the grape harvest, winemaking, fertility, and ritual madness, amongst other things. But what adopted name did the Romans use for this Greek god? It's a one-word answer, pretty straightforward. For all you drinkers, you've got to know your gods of... You've got to know your drinking gods, at least, surely. Question number 5. I know we've had this before, but it's in a different format. Known for its pot belly shape, what is a traditional crockery casserole found in France? Sorry, casserole vessel I've put found in France. So question 5 again. Known for its pot belly shape, what is a traditional crockery casserole vessel which is found in France? You'll have all have heard of that. You've heard of that, haven't you, Liz? Yes, my daughter's heard of that one. Question number 6, bit of Spanish for you. Carne De Vaca is the Spanish word for which popular foodstuff? So question number 6 again. Carne De Vaca is the Spanish word for which popular foodstuff? It's probably not pronounced like that at all, but never mind. I was watching the gadget show the other day. They've come up with a device that if you type in thing, it will dictate in somebody else's voice. So, for instance, you can copy somebody's voice, like Winston Churchill. I could do the whole quiz in Donald Trump's voice for you. Absolutely amazing bit of technology, but never mind. To be with us in the next year or two, and then you won't know who the hell's speaking to you. I'm sure it's coming. Question number 7. Now listen carefully. What is the common name of a white fine powder and has the chemical formula NaHCO3? Do remember this is a food round. So, what is the common name of a white fine powder and has the chemical formula NaHCO3? There are 2 possible answers for that. Well, there's probably more than 2, but I'll accept 2 possible answers for that. I told you this was a tricky food round, but never mind. All you foodies there, I'm expecting everybody to drop at least 1 point they found, surely. Question number 8 is a little easier. Which Swiss cheese is probably the closest thing to cartoon cheese in real life? It comes in wheels and is full of large holes. I mean by cartoon cheese, it's the stuff you see on cartoons. Mickey Mouse eats and everything else. So question number 8 again, which Swiss cheese is probably the closest thing to cartoon cheese in real life? It comes in wheels and is full of large holes. That rain? I think it's raining all of a sudden. It's raining in Rugby. Don't panic. It's been a grey old day today, though. I didn't think there was going to be any rain, but never mind. Sounds like there is. Question number 9. Here we go. Of the 13 commonly accepted vitamins, all except which one are not present in an egg? They are present. All except which one? I don't know whether I've worded that right, but never mind. All except one. All except which one? All except which one? Not present in an egg. I'll rephrase that. Of the 13 commonly accepted vitamins, which is the only one that you wouldn't find in an egg? That makes it easy, isn't it? So question 9 again, of the 13 commonly accepted vitamins, which is the only one you would not find in an egg? I'm just after a single letter, possibly with a number, but not necessarily. And finally, question number 10, for all those people that know me, this might come easy. With a name inspired by an arch monument built in the early 20th century to commemorate the visit of Emperor King George V, in which Commonwealth country would you find the Gateway Brewery? So question 10 again, with a name inspired by an arch monument built in the early 20th century to commemorate the visit of the Emperor King George V, in which Commonwealth country would you find the Gateway Brewery? Not in the egg. Not in the egg. It's the only vitamin that is not contained in the egg. Sorry, Leslie. It confused me as well, but never mind. That's easily done, as most people will say. Apparently, all the other vitamins in some trace amounts are in the egg. There we have it. 10 very tricky questions. Excellent question. Nice one, Georgia. Oh, who thought that one up? Was that you or Rory? Now, you haven't told me. Have you got more than 2 in the team tonight? Have you got 4 in the team, possibly? Are you all locked down and whatever else, fenced in as they do now at universities, you know? Keep all the students behind fences. Where was that? Manchester, wasn't it? Or Liverpool? I don't know. Okay, then, everybody, let's go back to the beginning and we will go through those 10 answers. There's some tricky ones in there, I'm sure. No, there's only the 2 of us tonight. No fences as of yet. Well, there's only 2 of you. You probably, I don't know what the fence was for. It was to stop people coming in or going out. Right, here we go then. Back to the beginning. We start off with salumi. Apparently, salumi preparation is predominantly pork. Predominantly pork. Get over it. Nice one, Roy. Oh dear. Another excellent egg joke there. Question number 2. The liquid measure defined as 10 pounds of distilled water. That's the gallon. The gallon. Pretty straightforward, I suppose, when you think about it. Question number 3. During the marketing year, the South American country I was after was Brazil, biggest producer of oranges in the world. Number 4, Dionysus' Roman counterpart was Bacchus. Whoever heard of Bacchanalian, whatever else, Bacchus. Number 5, that pot-bellied shaped cooking casserole is known as a marmite. A marmite, we've all heard of that. Number 6, Carne De Vaca is the Spanish word for beef, of course. Beef. It's meat of the cow, basically. Number 7, I was after the common name for NaCHO3. You can call it bicarbonate of soda even, or baking soda. I'll accept both of those. You will be white in a bit. You'll be all white in a bit. Nice one, Chris. Ha! That one cracked us up. Come on, let's have some more egg jokes for everybody. Number 8, that's Swiss cheeses. Emmental. Number 9, the only vitamin that doesn't, or that is not in an egg, is vitamin C. Vitamin C. And finally, number 10, the Archway is a big monument, if you've ever been there, in Mumbai. And of course, the Gateway Brewery, which I've actually been to, is in India. So well done if you got that. He was the Emperor of India. That kind of gave it away a bit. So let's have some scores in, see how you've all fared. Do remember, if you're enjoying the quiz, to give me a like. We've had a few likes tonight. If you're not enjoying it, give me a thumbs down. But no, don't do that. Whatever you do. Jed and Trace are on 26. We've got Martin Davis on 24. Donkers Hotel on 28 points. That's great going. Mick Roberts on 27. Famous Fiver on 27. Ian Miller's on 21. Pick a Mixer on 25. The Ridgeways are on 27. George Lamont and the Orgers are on 22. Chris Speak, all of Donald Trump's companies real or just shell companies? Mike Yates on 22. God, it's going off the screen. Dagnabbit, come back here. Sorry, it's just going off the screen for me. It's going a bit too fast. Where have we got to? Mike Yates is on 22. Michelle Gibbons is on 27. We've got Home Alone 6 on 26. PRS, 29 points. That's a good score. Steve Farnham's on 26. We've got Andrew Lewis on 24. Chris Bates on 26. Penny Graham's doing ever so well on 21. Gaz and Bean on 19. Catching up a bit now. The Boozer on 20. The Pink and Perkins are on 24. Jill and Steve Pure on 27. That's a good score. Ian and his bottle of Shiraz is on 28. Tom Janet from Stockton on 27. Got 86 on 19. Neil and Tracy are on 19. 29. Very good score from Squeaky Pom. Vanessa Hughes on 18. Graham Gifford's now on 28 points. Alex Brown's on 24. We got Sarah, Ross, Joe and James on 24 points. We've got Paula Lewis on the Quizzy Rascals on 28. Split the Difference are on 28. Kevin Keane and the Rugby Rotary Club are on 28. Sarah saying, sorry, 25. Is that less or more than you had before? Never mind. Great scores. And we've got Lisa Lasky, Team UK, USA, on and up, 26 points. So at the moment, we've got Neil and Tracy Squeaky Bob on 29 points. We've also got PRS on 29 points. Donkey's OT on 28, and then we've got a number of teams on 27, so it's very, very close at the top there. That's after 3 rounds. Now, we'll just remind everybody, I'm doing a charity quiz just on behalf of the Mike Hospice on the 6th of December. I've already posted it on my Facebook page. I've already posted it on my YouTube page, which you will find. It's an up-and-coming event. You're more than welcome to come and join us. I am asking for a donation of teams that want to enter for the prize draws, which will be good. It's going to be £2 a person or £10 for the team if you'd like to. There's a Just Giving page already set up on my YouTube channel, which you can go to, or you can go the week before and whatever else and put in. But it's up to you. You can also join the quiz without having to pay anything if you wish, but obviously you won't be in the draw to win any of the cash prizes which are for grabs. So let me leave it at that for the moment, and I'll fill you in with some more details as we get closer to the date. But great charity. Obviously, all charities are really struggling at the moment, so any money that's raised can be great. Started well. 5 were a bit of a yoke. Oh, dear God. Right, we've got plenty of egg jokes coming in. Right, round number 4 tonight. Round number 4 are rhyming pairs. We've got 5 answers which rhyme with the other 5 answers. Dear Roy, what's that? Hope all are okay. I'm not feeling too cooped up. Oh, dear. I expect everybody's feeling a bit cooped up, but never mind. Oh, dear. Yes, quite. I'm sure you'll be weighing into them later, won't you, Roy? To let them know. Yeah, never mind. What else can we call? There's all sorts of egg jokes we can come up with. Right, rhyming pairs. Here we go then. Now, question number 1, the word settable. relates to which part of the human body? So question 1, the word cerebral relates to which part of the human body? Should really have said which organ of the human body, I suppose it would have been more correct. Oh dear. Jill Pewson, why is Trump like a pumpkin? Orange on the outside, hollow in the inside, and chucked out in November. That's about right. That's a nice one. Well done, Jill. Question number 2. Here we go then. Listen carefully. Popularised on television by Michael Portillo. What was the surname of the English cartographer, printer and publisher who developed a series of famous railway guides and timetables? It's the singular I'm after. So popularised on television by Michael Portillo. What was the surname of the English cartographer, printer and publisher who developed a series of famous railway guides and timetables? Spelled series right there. Oh, you corrected it. Well corrected, Lisa. Oh, Lisa Lasky. Love the Trump joke. That was a good one. Oh, the 20s have just come in. 26 points. Well played, the 20s. Love that joke. That was a good joke. Well done, Jill. Joke of the day so far. Can anybody beat that? Why is he like a pumpkin? He looks like a pumpkin. Who's watched the last spitting image? Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. The more you get into it, the better it gets, I have to say, because you don't, initially, when you watch spitting image, you don't really understand who all the characters are, but then slowly but surely you see who the hell they are. We were watching the election special one the other night. It was really fantastic. But never mind. Question number 3. One for all you scientists. Sojourner, opportunity, spirit, and curiosity are all vehicles which can be found where in the solar system? It's a one-word answer I'm after, which makes it easy. So sojourner, opportunity, spirit, and curiosity are all vehicles which can be found where in the solar system? That reminds me of spitting image as well. Mr. Branson and Mr. Musk and Mr. Bezos. Oh dear, oh dear. Very funny sketch, that one. Sorry, I'm giving it away for all those that haven't watched it. Question number 4, this is a bit trickier. With 16 in total, which European country has provided the most recipients of the Nobel Prize in Literature? It's a tricky one. So with 16 in total, which European country has provided the most recipients of the Nobel Prize in Literature? Now, do remember these are rhyming pairs, so you will slowly but surely find 5 answers rhyme with the other 5. So as is always the case with this, it's probably best trying to write some of these down somewhere on a bit of paper, especially if you're a team. Question number 5. What is a tropical evergreen tree commercially grown in India and Vietnam and produces a kidney-shaped seed, which is often mistakenly called a nut? Although with further research on that, it's a bit dubious that, but never mind. So question number 5, what is a tropical evergreen tree commercially grown in India and Vietnam that produces a kidney-shaped seed, which is often mistakenly called a nut? Available in Aldi's, Tesco, Sainsbury's. And all good retailers. Wasn't that Ronco, wasn't it? Always available in good retailers. Question number 6, tricky one in the round. Gordon Brown and Alistair Darling were two of only three people to serve continuously in the cabinet under the Labour government from 1997 to 2010. Who was the third? It's a two-word answer I'm after. It kind of rhymes with one of the other answers. So Gordon Brown and Alistair Darling were two of only three people to serve continuously in the cabinet under the Labour government from 1997 to 2010. Who was the third? It's a two-word answer. If it's any help, that rhymes with one of the answers we've already had. Loosely, that is. Martin Davies used to love my rhyming rounds, but that's all. I used to make them far more tenuous, to be fair. He used to hate them. Question number 7 in football, in the game of football. England are only one of only two nations to have won the only World Cup final in which they have played. Name the other nation to have done this. So question number 7 again. In the world of football, England are the only one of only two nations to have won only one World Cup final in which they played. Name the other nation to have done this. That's not worded very well, is it? But never mind. Okay. I think I need to flag that in red. Redo that, but never mind. You get the idea of the thing. So one other country went to the World Cup final and won it like we did, but only once. It's obviously not Brazil, is it? They've won it about 5 times already. Question number 8. What word goes before corporal to give the rank in the British Army that comes immediately below corporal? So question number 8 again. What word goes before corporal to give the rank in the British Army that comes immediately below corporal? If, of course, like me, you were in the Boys Brigade, you'd know that straight away. Question number 9, you need to be fairly specific. What type of material are the swords used in the Japanese martial art of kendo made from? So question number 9, what type of material are the swords used in the Japanese martial art of kendo made from? Fascinating country, one I'd love to go to. I've never been to. It's time I did, but I can't because of blooming coronavirus, but never mind. I think everybody's holidays have been put on hold for the time being, well, foreign travel at least. And finally, question number 10. Which virus was first identified in 2003 and is thought to have been an animal virus, perhaps from bats? The first infected humans were in the Guangdong province of southern China in 2002. Surprise, surprise. Chinese have got a lot to answer for you. So question number 10 again. Which virus was first identified in 2003? It's any help, it's not corona, and is thought to have been an animal virus, perhaps from bats. The first infected humans were in the Guangdong province of southern China in 2002. That virus has got to rhyme with one of your previous answers, so you should now have 10 answers. 5 answers should rhyme in some way with the previous 5 or the other 5. Get the idea for that one. Well, it has been a hell of a week as far as the US presidential election's concerned. I've been watching it, I wouldn't say avidly, but I have been watching it. It's been quite interesting to see the twos and throws, the way that Donald Trump's throwing his rattle out the pram. Yes, I'll give you a bit more time, Martin. That's why I'm waffling on a bit to give you a bit more time. So I don't know whether the counts are actually over. I think we've still got Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina, and Georgia, and Alaska. I think they're all still counting up. They're the last few votes. I know that some of those have been declared, but I don't know whether they've actually finished their count. Of course, Georgia's got to be recounted again, but never mind. We'll see. At least they haven't been whittling on about the Russians interfering with the election quite so much this time. I think the Russians obviously interfered so much they got Donald Trump, and they wish they hadn't bothered. perhaps they were wishing they got a normal guy. We'll see. Sorry, this will probably get barred from YouTube now. I've said anything like this, but never mind. We are in the UK, by the way, YouTube. Just whatever you do, don't take me off. Right then, Martin, do we still need a bit more time? How are you doing, Angela? Have you got them all? She's saying yes, they've got some answers. Have we all got answers? 5 should rhyme with the other 5. Let's go back to number 1. Here we go, the rhyming pairs round. The rhyming pairs round. Are we all right, Martin? Do you need any more time? Are you happy for me to read the answers out? Oh, by the way, I've got 13 likes, which is very unlucky. So if anybody else wants to just give me a quick like, just hit the button. Oh, was it 14? I've only got 13 on my screen, but never mind. Right, question number 1. The word cerebral relates to what part of the human body? That's the brain. The brain. Number 2, it was the guy was called Mr. Bradshaw. Mr. Bradshaw. Bradshaw's Guide, of course. Number 3, opportunity to spirit curiosity of all vehicles which could be found on Mars. They're all probes which are going around. I think 2 of them are still active. One of them, well, Curiosity conked out. I don't know. I think 2 of them are conked out. I don't know. Number 4, with 16 in total, which European country has provided most recipients? That's France. Well done if you got that. Number 3, that nut I was after, or mistakenly called a nut, it's actually a seed, is the cashew. Well done if you got that. Number 6, Gordon Brown and Alice Darling. The 3rd I wanted was Jack Straw, which rhymes with Bradshaw almost. Number 7, other than England, the only country to have won the World Cup once, basically, was Spain. Number 8, of course, what was after? What goes before corporal? It was Lance, as in Lance Corporal. Number 9, Japanese martial art of Kendo. The material the swords are made from is bamboo traditionally. And final number 10, of course, was SARS, the SARS virus, which rhymes with Mars, of course. So well done if you got that. They weren't quite so easy as you thought, but never mind. We've got a couple of rounds left for people to catch up. Let's get some scores in, see how I've all fared. Any more silly jokes coming up, especially egg jokes or Donald Trump jokes? So we've got Stephen Hills on 35 points. We've got the famous 5 on 36 points. The Yorkers moved on to 29. That's a great score for them. Sarah, Russ, Joe, and James are on a fantastic, what the hell are they on? Sorry, it's going too fast. This one's disappearing. They're on 34 points. We've got the Ridgeways on 37. Got the Rotary Club of Rugby on 37 points. Well played. Then PRS have moved on to 39 points. Is the no stopping PRS tonight. Mike Yates is on 30. Footy Fox 86 is on 26. The Boomers are on 28 points. That's the pair of them, of course. Michelle Gibbons on 36 points. That's a great score. Mick Roberts also 35 points. That's a great score, Mick. Martin Davidson on 33. We've got Gazan Bean on 21. Ian Miller is on 28 points. Pick and Mix on 34. We've got Jed and Tracy on 34 points. Oh, God, blimey, it's just gone off the screen. Sorry. Jed and Tracy are on for Andrew Lewis is on 33. Well played, Andrew. We've got Graham Gifford moved on to 37. That's a good score, Graham. Only 3 off possible full score there. Ian and Shiraz are on 36. We've got Home Alone 6, only 5 off the pace with 35 points. Clive and Janet from Stockton on 37 points. Jill and Steve Peel moved on to 34. They're just dropping now behind the Giffords. They need to catch that up quickly. Split the difference on 38 points. That's a good score. Penny Graham's on 28. Got Pinkies and Perkies on 34. Chris Speaks on 35 points. Team UK USA 35. It's tough this week. Yes, I did try and make it a bit tougher, but never mind. And Anderson's on 27. Not our night tonight, she says, with these questions. Oh dear. Head in hands, but never mind. Squeaky Pob's on 38. Well played, them. Don Quixote bombed out there on 35. Well, that's hardly bombed out yet. We've got Vanessa Hughes on 20 points. Pete and the gang are on 37. We've got Paul Lewis, the Quizzer Rascals on 38. That's a great score. Gazan Bean on 27. Roy's saying, can't think of any more egg jokes. My head's scrambled. Dear God. Yeah, okay, come on. Why did the egg cross the road? To get to Shell Station. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's dreadful. Right then, round number 5 is what's called an initial letter link. 10 questions on general knowledge, where the answer to the final question can be spelled out by rearranging the first letters of the first 9 answers. So we all got that. Yes, here we go then. Initial letter link. Alex Brown's coming quickly with the 33 at the end there. Well done, Alex. Right then, question number 1. Due to a legend that says that the kingdom will fall in their absence, birds of what type are always kept at the Tower of London? You big mollycoddles. Who, me? Mollycoddles? Right. So, due to legend that says that the kingdom will fall in their absence, birds of what type are always kept at the Tower of London? Question number 2. The key battleground state of Georgia has been in the news this week, but with a population of 500,000, what is the name of its capital? No one's a kid. Dear God. Oh dear. So question 2 again. The key battleground state of Georgia has been in the news this week, or last week, sorry, but with a population of 500,000, what is the name of its capital? Oh dear, these questions are so difficult. My brain's fried. We've had scrambled, fried. Well, oh dear, come on, there's got to be some poaching question in there somewhere. Georgia will be coming back with an excellent question again. I can see it coming. Question number 3. An elver is the name given to the young of which fish, especially when undergoing mass migration upriver from the sea? So question number 3 again. An elver is the name given to the young of which fish, especially when undergoing mass migration upriver from the sea? Steve Sport, Donald Trump's new plane, Air Force One. That's a good one. I like that. Oh dear, that is a good joke. Eggs are coddled too. Dear. Oh dear. Yes, too many witty jokes on eggs, but never mind, keep them coming. Ladies and gentlemen, even if they are very clever or oh, the 20s have just come in there. So the 20s on 35 points. Well played, the 20s. Right, that still puts you in the running then. No problem at all. Question. What's that? Oh, I think I'll spell that. I think I'll spell that one then. That's better. Question number 4. Dead easy. Apparently chosen as both his and his wife's lucky numbers, which company has become well known for its 57 varieties slogan? So question 4 again. Apparently chosen as both his and his wife's lucky numbers, which company has become well known for its 57 varieties slogan? So, George, what did the egg say to the mixer? I know when I'm beaten. I like that. That is a good one. So Donald Trump couldn't find his what? Viagra. Oh, he's just, well, see, he's retracted it. You don't need to retract it. I didn't actually see it, but never mind. Question number 5, common in the Balkans and the Middle East. What type of ground meat is used in a traditional moussaka? The erection is rigged. We're getting creamed here. Oh, dear God. Make it worse. You'd think you got better things to do on a Sunday night, really, wouldn't you? But never mind. There is very little on television, I have to say. I was looking at the TV tonight thinking how crap it was, but never mind. Oh, God, we're all comedy hens here. Oh, dear, Georgia. There's one thing you're good at, telling jokes. Sorry, I didn't mean to say. There's no offence there. I hope there's no offence taken. Question number 6, listen carefully. Which price comparison website's 2018 advertising campaign saw James Corden driving a 1985 Mercedes-Benz 280 SL? Oh, dear, the jokes are clucking awful. Oh, dear. Ah, well, I'll have to put them in pecking order, obviously. No, I told you this one before. True that crisps always go out of date on a Saturday. Do they really? Probably do. Oh dear. Now that would be a good quiz question, actually, if it's true, Ian. I'll have to check the veracity of that one. We'll see. Oh God, Chris says we're all having a chuckle. Dear. Well, there's some brothers called Chuckle, but never mind. So question 6 again, which price comparison website's 2018 advertising campaign saw James Corden driving a 1985 Mercedes-Benz 280 SL? Is it really? Well, I'll have to look at that one. Actually, I'm going to write that down because if you're all watching the chat, make sure you remember that one. That might be a good one. Crisps go out of date on a Saturday. Yeah. Well, is that just one brand, or is it all brands do that? All brand, never mind. Question number 7 is an anagram, a very easy anagram. It's called, there's 2 words, ask, A-S-K, and month. Ask month. It's an anagram of which famous actor who won 2 consecutive wins, 2 consecutive Academy Oscars, 2 wins for, don't finish this lesson. It's better. Right. Listen to this, please. Question number 7 again, sorry. Ask month is an anagram of which famous actor who won 2 consecutive Academy Oscar wins for Best Actor. Now, we don't even need wins in there. Forget the wins. Sorry. Ask month is an anagram of which famous actor who won 2 consecutive Academy Oscars for Best Actor. Robin saying walkers do. Here we go then. Ask what is an anagram of which famous actor. Ask what says Ian Jarrett. Question number 8. Question number 8. What is the more common name for the medical condition known as odontalgia? Odontalgia. 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 Pretty straightforward, that one. So what is the more common name for the medical condition known as odontalgia? It's easier if you see Lydia put that up in the questions, actually, but never mind. I have some very odd noises on our feed tonight. Yeah, that's a shame. I actually played back some of my own quizzes. Well, only briefly, obviously, realised. And there are some strange noises going on in the background, one or two. Sounds like the Martians are landing, or perhaps some spurious noises from outer space, but there you go. I think it's the internet, Leslie, Sif. We can't do much about that. I don't think it's my computer. My computer whirs away at a constant rate. I can hear I know there's a little bit of noise comes from my computer's fan and it goes up and down, but when I listen back, it's very strange. I don't think it's my phone there, it's either. It could be my phone there. I'll put my phone further away. It could be electromagnetic flux. It's probably coming from outer space somewhere. Or the sun, you never know. For all you, right, question number 9. I'm feeling battered by some of these jokes. Keep them coming, Roy, that's a good one. Question number 9. In a game of Trivial Pursuit, which I'm sure you haven't played for a while, what colour represents the sport and leisure category? So in the game of Trivial Pursuit, what colour represents the sport and leisure category? It was always one of those colours I didn't really want to play before I played the green and the blue first, you know, if you know what I mean. Chris is saying, forget general knowledge, we need a free range round. Oh dear God. That's just, well, of course, my car is battery powered. It's got about free range. And finally, question number 10, listen carefully. The first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell what girl's name, which was the most popular name for baby girls born in Australia in 2013, but wasn't in the top 20 for the most popular names for those born in the United Kingdom in the same year. So we're looking for an Australian girl's name. So the first letters of the first 9 answers can be rearranged to spell what girl's name, which was the most popular name for baby girls born in Australia in 2013. That's a good old year, isn't it? But wasn't in the top 20 of the most popular names for those born in the United Kingdom in the same year. So we're looking for a girl's name, 9 letters long, not starting, but containing the letters from the previous 9 answers. And do remember, it's just the first letter of the previous 9 answers. Ian's saying, how does a hen leave her coop? Through the eggs. Through the exit. Oh, God. Oh, that's got to be the worst joke of the night, surely. Oh, dear. How does a hen leave her coop? Through the exit. That's dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Oh, what? Oh, well. Now, you do realise you want to carry on being entertained on a Sunday night, so hope we've had a bit of entertainment with the chat, maybe not with the quizmaster, but never mind. We've got the last round to come, which of course is general knowledge as normal. So I'll just give you a minute to try and work that out. How are you doing, Angela? Really? Oh, right. Michelle saying erotic is using a feather, kinky is using the whole chicken. Dear God. Fair play, nothing wrong with that. No. Charlie. I expect he uses a feather. Well, he won the ballot. Ballot on. Palatine is a name for it. That's a good. A chicken has been elected president. He won the Palatine. Definitely on my show. What's that? Definitely on my show. What? The feather or the chicken? I'm stuck. Can I have another hour, please? Come on, Leslie. You always get stuck at this time, moaning that you're not doing very well. Yet you're always doing remarkably well on all these quizzes. But never mind. Trump's favourite nation discrimination. That's about right. Yeah. Right then, everybody. I think we've probably had long enough on that round. Have we? Leslie's saying he's stuck for another hour, but never mind. So the initial letter link. You've already got the first one. Don't pull it in the leg. God. Oh, dear. Thanks, Roy, for that one. I'll pull it a very young chicken, I'm sure. Right, here we go then. Question number one. Due to a legend, says the kingdom will fall in their absence. Of course, I was after the Ravens. I'd always kept at the Tower of London. That gave me the R. The battleground state of Georgia, of course, the capital of the state capital is Atlanta, Georgia, a place I have been to, which is surprising. Number three, an elva is the name given to the young witch fish. That's an eel. Number four, apparently chosen as both his and his wife's lucky numbers. The company I was after, of course, was Heinz, as in Heinz 57 varieties. Number five, common in the Balkans and the Middle East. What type of ground meat is used in traditional Lusaka? That's lamb. Number six, the price comparison website I was after. I saw James Corden driving a Mercedes down the road was confused.com. Well done if you got that. Number seven, Ask a Month is an anagram of Tom Hanks. Number eight, of course, odontologia is toothache. Number nine, in the game of Trivia Pursuit, colour represents sport and leisure, of course, is orange. And if you rearrange the first letters of the first nine answers, you should have ended up with the word Charlotte. Charlotte. That apparently the most popular girl's name in Australia is 2013. But it wasn't even in the top 20 in the UK. Perhaps it should have been Charlotte. It's a very nice name. So, got some scores coming in already. We've got Chris Peake on 45, Squeaky Pog on 48, fantastic score. We've got Martin Davis on 43, the Rugby Rotary Club on 46, we've got Famous Five on 46, Steve Farnham on 44, we've got Sarah Hanley Gang on 43, we've got Anthony Ridgway on 45, we've got Jed and Tracy on 43, Pinky and Perkins on 44. Pick and Mix are on 54 somehow. I don't quite know how they've done that, but never mind. Michelle Gibbons on 46. We've got Home Alone 6 on 45. Ian Miller's on 35. We've got Andrew Lewis on 42. Mick Roberts on 44. Paula Lewis and the Quiz Rascals are on 48. We've got Gaz and Mead on 35. PRS 49 points. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 47. Frank Masoli 37. We've got Ian Charlotte in the Shiraz on 46. Georgia Lambert and the Yorkists are on 38. That's a great score for the Yorkists tonight. Jill Pugh saying 44 and no foul play. I like that one. Graham Gibbons on 47. They're still ahead of the Pews. Oh, that's going to be a harsh walking down the street tomorrow. We've got Footy Fox 86 on 35. Don Quixote on 45. We've got Anna Anderson on 35. Mike Yates says, could you show the answers, please? Have you put the answers up, please? Yeah, they are up there. They're up there, Mike. Alex Brown's on 43. We've got Penny Graham on 36. Well done, Penny. Team UK USA on 43. Not too bad. No, that's not too bad. Didn't go to work on an egg today. Lucy Barrow on 43. Go to work on an egg. The Egg Marketing Board from there put a little line on them, didn't they? Pete Ballinger. Poor night for Pete, but never mind. You'll come back next week, Pete. That's a fantastic score all the same. 34 points. Right then, the last round tonight is going to be general trivia. Make sure you recharge your glasses, get your nuts ready, so to speak, or your snacks ready. Before we go into this last round, as I say, it's been a very good turnout tonight. We've had 80 people logged in currently online somewhere in the world, whatever else. It's great to think that people are actually enjoying themselves even in these difficult times. lockdown, whatever else. Never mind. Right then, last round tonight. This will sort everybody out. Let me just go through the scores. We've got Don Quixote on 45. Actually, 38. Sorry, 45. We've got Graham Gifford 47. That's very good. We've got Ian and Shiraz on 46. We've got Clive and Janet from Stockton on 47. We've got PRS at the moment, 49 points. Split the differences on 48. Paula Lewis and the Quizzer Rascals on 48. We've got Michelle on 46. Home Alone's on 45. We've got Anthony Ridgway on 45. Let's see how that fares. Anthony Ridgway, Paul and Trish versus Carol and the gang. Let's see how you all fare there. They're tied at the moment. Famous Five on 46 and the Rugby Rotary Club on 46. But Squeaky Bob, 48 points. That's a great score for Squeaky Bob. Let's see how we fare with this last round, which is general trivia. So any more egg jokes will be good. If not, Trump jokes will be fine, or Biden jokes or whatever else. So question number 1. Oh. Lydia's put the answers up twice, but they haven't come up for some strange reason. Maybe it's... Let us just... Should we just crack on with the next round and see whether the answer come up with the next round? Yeah. Very strange. Never mind. Sorry, the answers haven't come up. Lydia's trying to put them up twice. She's posted them to us and they haven't come up on the screen. Never mind. It's perhaps a lot Lydia out of the chat screen, which won't be very good. But never mind. This is the last round, Mike. I can't see the answers, says Martin, but Lydia says, sorry, having issues with the answers entering. Which one do you need? Lisa's just saying correction, 42 points. Right, here we go. Last round. Change settings from top chat to live chat. Have you tried that? You haven't changed settings, have you? Live chat, top chat. Well, it's been working all night. Suddenly, it just stopped. But never mind. Let's just carry on anyway. So here we go. We know what the just biding my time. I like that one. I thought that was going to come up sooner or later, but never mind. Oh dear. I was going to have a question about Biden's wife, Jill, but I thought nobody's going to know Biden's wife. Never mind, perhaps they will. Right, here we go. Oh, Lydia has exhausted the internet. No idea, Lydia. Anyone else? Right, let's just crack on. Sorry, let's see whether the questions come up. We'll have to do that. Here we go then. I'll ask the first question. Lydia will try and put it up. If it doesn't go up, you'll have to just ask again. So here we go. Question 1. You might need to resort to a piece of paper in that case, especially if you're winning at the moment. In April 2018, which former darts legend died at the age of treble 20 from a heart attack? Yeah, Lydia's just put a name up there. It's going to come up with a smile, Lids. So maybe it's too long. So in April 2018, which former darts legend died at the age of treble 20 from a heart attack? That's come up. Oh well. No, see, that one's come up then, so that's just fine. Ian, when you say you played him, hopefully not in the biblical sense, you actually played that darts. Yeah, I went to a pub where he was playing in rugby once. I didn't get to play him. You any good at darts then, Ian? I'll give you a game any day of the week. Yeah, maybe. Question number 2. Listen carefully. You need to do a bit of maths here. If you were to total the value of 3 half-crowns, 1 shilling, 1 sixpence, and 4 threepenny bits in pre-decimal currency, how much would this be equivalent to now? So listen again. If you were to total the value of 3 half-crowns, 1 shilling, 1 sixpence, and 4 threepenny bits in pre-decimal currency, how much would this be equivalent to now? That's obviously in decimal currency. Just a bit of maths involved with that one. I did this earlier and got it wrong. And then I realised I got it wrong. I thought, shit, Jack, I better do that one, but never mind. No inflation involved, Sarah. No, it's a whatever. Straight working out what it would have been today. We weren't alive for any of these currencies. Oh, dear God. Pounds, shillings and pence, Georgia, used to be known as LSD. Well, it's true. Libra, can't remember what the S and the D were. Some smart asses are going to tell me. Oh, I know what the D is, but I can't remember what the S. What's the S stand for in LSD? Not lysergic acid or whatever. I mean, in the monetary terms, LSD. What did that actually stand for? Libra was the first, I'm sure it was. D was Decus or something. Denari, that's it. Yes, well done, Robin. What about the S? That's right. Denari, something like that. Well done, Robin. What was the S though? Can we remember? Shilling. Ah, it could have been. Yes. Well done, John. Yes. Is it Libra, shilling, denari? Something like that. Very strange. Well, I'll let you work that one out. And whilst you're working that one out, I hope you've already worked it out. It won't take too long if you know what you're doing. Question number 3. The Panama Canal is an artificial waterway that connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean. But how long is it? I'll give you the choice. Is it 31, 41, or 51 nautical miles? That's a tricky one. Yeah, it's one of those stupid ones, isn't it? Is your guessing good tonight? So the Panama Canal is an artificial waterway that connects the Atlantic Ocean with the Pacific Ocean. But how long is it? I'll give you the choice. Is it 31, 41, or 51 nautical miles? Come on, Georgia. You said you weren't alive for any of these currencies. Ha ha. But you're doing literature, aren't you, university? I bet about half the books that you read are well before you were born. So clearly, it doesn't really hold true, this kind of argument, does it? Well, maybe it does. Right, question number 4. Brother Steve might know this one. The Pritzker Prize was founded by J.A. Pritzker and his wife Cindy in 1979 and celebrates achievements in which field? I'll give you the choice. Was it photography, architecture, or fashion? So question 4 again. The Pritzker Prize was founded by J.A. Pritzker and his wife Cindy in 1979 and celebrates achievements in which field? I'll give you the choice. Was it photography, architecture, or fashion? Question number 5. With a population of just 80,000 thereabouts, what is the most northerly city on the UK mainland? Well, yeah, sorry, I gave that one away a bit, Joe, but never mind. Salome. Question number 5. With a population of just 80,000, what is the most northerly city on the UK mainland? Now, question number 6. Roy, do excuse me, but I will give half a point if you get 3 of the 4. If you get all 4, you will get a full point. So here we go. Question number 6. Other than Timmy the dog, what are the first names of the 2 girls and the 2 boys of Enid Blyton's famous 5? Jill saying me too. Damn, did I give that one to the Giffords for you, Jill? Sorry. I didn't mean to. So question number 6. Other than Timmy the dog, what are the first names of the 2 girls and 2 boys of Enid Blyton's famous 5? By the way, this is quiz number 63 that we've done now since lockdown. I've had some teams that have done certainly near the, well, I don't know whether we've had any team do all 63, but 1 or 2 are claiming in the 50s. So remarkable, really, watching me for an hour and a half every Sunday and Wednesday night, but never mind. Oh, question number 7. This is definitely up your street, Carol Jackson. Here we go. He'll know this one straight. And Hillary. Here we go. Question number 7. Derived from French. What is a term for a thick stew or soup made by boiling vegetables or grains? It is also the surname of Katie and Tom, the twin children in Postman Pat. Don't tell me Yorkies, that's well before your time as well. Dear God. I know we have ooglies. I was trying to put an ooglies question in tonight, but I thought that's far too up to date from what I can tell. Never mind. So question 7 again, derived from French. What is a term for a thick soup or stew made by boiling vegetables or grains? It is also the name of Katie and Tom, the twin children in Postman Pat. What's Chris just put? Yes, we have. What? I'll put spack there, Lids. That needs to be space. Question number 8. Listen carefully. The new James Watt Space Telescope mirrors have been coated with a microscopically thin layer of which precious metal, selected for its ability to properly reflect infrared light? If you've been watching it's been put back and put back and put back, the launch of this telescope, but never mind, they might be on track for next year. So question 8 again, the new James Watt Space Telescope's mirrors have been coated with a microscopically thin layer of which precious metal, selected for its ability to properly reflect infrared light? Chris Mead saying, done all the quizzes. We get the prize then, Chris. You'll be learning something. If you can learn one thing a week, that's all I say. Well, I've learned something tonight that crisps go out of date every Saturday, apparently, or something. That's an interesting one. I wonder whether all manufacturers are the same, whether it's just Walkers. Well, that's an interesting question. We date our beers by the week, that's for sure. So when beers go out of date, they always go out of date a week or 6 weeks after we brew them. Question number 9. This is the penultimate question of the night. 2-word answer. Which classical composer was responsible for the Surprise, the Clock, the Military, and the Philosopher symphonies? So question number 9 again. Which classical composer was responsible for the Surprise, the Clock, the Military, and the Philosopher symphonies? He wrote an awful lot of them. Very prolific symphony writer. Now, does anybody like to tell me if you've been down to Tesco's this week and stolen all the plum porter by Titanic? I want to know, because we went down there the other day. Whilst I was charging my car up for free, I have to say, at Tesco's we went in to specifically buy some plum porter and it all gone. And we blamed Ken and Chris Mead, which are in our quiz team. I haven't quizzed with them for 9 months yet, but never mind. Asda. Excellent. We don't go there very often, but let's give it a try. As plum porter been seen, it all gone when we got down there. Right then, question number 10, the last one in the quiz, which is fairly straightforward. It's a silly question, one of those that maybe we understand or not. Currently, what is the current cost of a first-class stamp in the United Kingdom. So if you were to go and buy a first-class stamp in the United Kingdom, how much in pence would it cost you? Not exactly an easy one, that, but never mind. So there we have it, 10 testing questions on the last round. I hope you've all enjoyed the quiz tonight. It's been quite good fun. And not us, it was there this morning. It was there this morning. There you go, Ange. They'd replenished the shells. It was obviously the lazy person not replenishing the shells that was the problem. They've probably got some round the back, but never mind. Well, it's been great, everybody. Thank you very much for taking part tonight. We've had our best Sunday turnout for a little while with 80 concurrent feeds. The quiz itself has been a little tougher than possibly previous weeks, but still we've got some great scores. I've had teams just dropping 2 or 3 points, so it's no harder than last week's really, but never mind. 4 for £6 an hour, according to the app. That is a good price. 4 for £6 in Asia. Which country in Asia have we got to go to, Martin? Are we looking at China or Vietnam or something, or Thailand, Borneo? Oh, Asda. Sorry, Asda. Sorry, that's fair enough. I thought you meant we got to travel a long way, but never mind. Get on the plane, few plump porters, and come back again. Right, let's do some marking. Come on, let's see who the winners are tonight. Ian Miller, not back. Right, here we go then. General trivia. I think we've had long enough. Which former dance legend died at the age of treble 20? 60, obviously. It was Eric Bristow. Well done if you got Eric Bristow. Number 2. If you total 3 half crowns, a shilling, a sixpence, and 4 threepenny bits, you should have ended up with 50 pence. 50 pence. Number 3, the Panama Canal is exactly 77 kilometers long, which is 41 nautical miles. 41 nautical miles. Number 3, the Pritzker Prize, of course, is for architecture. Number 5, the population of 80,000, the most northerly city in the United Kingdom. Mainland UK is Inverness. Well done if you've got Inverness. That's a great city, actually. Number 6, other than Timmy the dog, the 4 characters I wanted, 2 girls and 2 boys. Now, do remember if you got 3, you get a half point for this. It was Julian, Dick, Georgina, and Anne. So it's Julian, Dick, Georgina, and Anne. Well done if you got that. Derived from the French for a stew made by boiling vegetables, it's pottage. Pottage. That was also the surname of Katie and Tom Pottage in Postman Pat series. Well done if you got that. Number 8, the new James Watt Space Telescope mirrors were actually coated in a microscopically thin film of gold. It was about 10 nanometers as far as I know. And I know Ian Wilson knows all about nanometers because I taught him well. Number 9, which classical composer was I after? That was Joseph Haydn. And finally, number 10, the current cost of a UK first-class stamp is 76 pence, according to their website. So well done if you got that. Right then, everybody, let's have some scores in, see how I've all fared. I'm expecting maybe a 57 or a 58 out of 60 for a winning score. It's been, as I say, it's been great to see everybody here tonight, and I hope you've enjoyed it. It's been good fun, especially with the chat. I want everybody to get involved as normal with the chat. The Yorkies have done very well. Now, they are improving week on week. I've been watching the Yorkies score. Now, Georgina, they're a bit of a dark horse here because they started a few weeks ago in the 20s and then they went into the 30s. Tonight, they've scored a 40. They said better than usual. Well, it's better than usual every week. That clearly means they're doing some revision. We've got Pinky and Perkins on 48 points. Well played them. Anybody in the 50s tonight has done remarkable. So well played Mick Roberts, Michelle Gibbons, both on 53. Where the hell are we? Oh, damn, it's got off the page again. We've got Ian Miller on 41. Sarah, Russ, Joe, and James on a fantastic 49 points. Well played them. We've got Don Quizzotti on 53. Steve Farnan Hills and Dexter, if he's still awake, unless he's out for a walk, on 48 points. Squeaky Pop ended up on 55 points. Well played, Squeaky Pop. It's a shame that last round clearly got you a little bit, but never mind. PRS, 57 points. Paula Lewis and the Quizzy Rascals, 58 points. That could be the winning score tonight. Jenna and Tracy on 48. Martin Davis is saying, oh dear, 47. Very poor. That's not very poor at all. George is saying okay, and so is Michelle. Thank you very much. Pick a Mix on 52. Well played them. Mike Yates on 45. Well played, Mike. Jill Pugh ended up on Jill and Steve ended up on a very respectable 51. Anybody in the 50s tonight? Brilliant. Chris Beat, 49.5, nearly in the 50s. Chris, well done. And thanks for taking part. The Giffords, Jane and Graham on 54. Well, they stayed ahead of the pews virtually from the second round, I think, onwards, but never mind, held their lead on 54 points. That's a great score. Famous 5 on 52. We've got Gaz and Bean on 40. Bother, it's just gone off my screen again. Where have we got to? Oh, sorry. We've got to, oh, no, we haven't. Where have I got to? Famous 5. Oh, yes, we've got Graham Gifford. They ended up on 54. The Famous 5 on 52. Well played them. Anybody in the 50s, as I say, fantastic tonight. Gaz and Bean on 40. We got Faye ended up on 41. Well played the Faye. Chris Mead split the difference, 58 points. Well played them. We've got Ian and his Shiraz on 55. The Rugby Rotary Club, last week's winners, 52.5. Well played them. Anne Anderson on 40. We've also got Home Alone 6, 51 points, and the Anthony Ridgway, alone Stephen, Paul and Trish, 54 points, managed to beat Home Alone 6 there. Arch rivals, that's a fantastic score. Andrew Lewis ended up on 45, Alex Brown on 48, and we've got Footy Fox 86 on 37. He said not a good last round. It was a tricky last round. Clive and Janet from Stockton ended up on 55 points. Well played them. Well played, and thank you everybody for taking part tonight. So tonight's winners, we have a tie for first place. We've got some great scores, split the difference on 58 points. Fantastic score from them, along with the Quizzy Rascals, also on 58 points. And they managed to just pick PRS, who are just there or thereabouts all night long, on 57 points. So well played, everybody, tonight, and thank you very much for taking part in the quiz. Do remember, pencil in your diary, 6th of December. Go to my YouTube page, and you will find there is a thing where you can put your team name in. Just go to the Just Giving page if you want to. And the chance of winning some cash prizes, we have £100 up for grabs on that night. Plus, we have some other prizes which have been kindly donated by the teams. So it'd be great for everybody to take part that night, and we will be raising some money for a very worthwhile charity. So do remember that. Pencil it in your diaries, the 6th. I will push it the week before, hopefully, but stay safe, everybody, and let's hope that the next few weeks brings us some good luck. I think United States, at least with getting rid of old what's-his-face anyway. Good night all, and thank you very much for taking part. I'm signing off now. Do feel free to text me with anything you want, any rounds you'd like to see, whether it be food or drink, trivia, trail, whatever else. I might like to try and shake it up a bit with some other rounds, but do feel free if you think I am devoid of certain questions. I don't put a lot of what do I say, celebrities and whatever else. Maybe if people want that, I can put it in, but we'll see. Anyway, good night all, and thank you very much. We'll see you another week, especially Wednesday night, where I will return at 8 for 8:30. Do feel free to come and join us. If not, we'll see you next Sunday. So good night all. Thank you very much.